What shovels do is you break ground and you dig deep. But what shovels also do is they reveal what's underneath the surface. I remember when my parents were building their home, because I remember having to dig, and we would dig in one place, and Dad would take the level, and he'd have me hold like a stick up, and he'd be like, okay, Logan, it's not level. You got to dig a little deeper. I'm like, you dig deeper. But I didn't say that because I knew better. So I'd start digging a little bit more, and I'd be like, this is level. We're digging. And I remember, like, I'm young, and my back was hurting. Digging takes a lot of effort, which is why we tend to not dig deep. You see, when we look at our spiritual life, when we think about digging a deep foundation, we're like, I want to dig it as deep as possible. We get a little bit into the surface, and it starts revealing some sinfulness in our life. It starts revealing some things in our life that we didn't even know was part of us. We start digging it up, and we're like, I didn't even know I struggled with this. I didn't even know I had this in me. And what we tend to do is we're like, ooh, I don't like this feeling of digging things up, so I'm going to keep it at this depth. And then we start adding the Word of God to our lives, but just enough to fill what we dug. And then we fill what we dug, and then we become very satisfied. We start building our life. What happens is when you build a house that doesn't have a deep foundation, it makes it more likely to fall. Have I dug deep enough for God to actually fill me with His presence, or is it just enough to look like I have a solid foundation? When it comes to your spiritual life, digging up things with this spiritual shovel takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time, and it's painful. But it's necessary for a strong foundation.